Hi beautiful people, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. If today is your first time here, my name is Stella. I'm a Nigerian based here in the UK. On this channel I talk about my life here in the UK, what is happening around me, and I share information. If this looks like what you're going to be interested in, what are you waiting for? Like, subscribe and share my videos. Click on that notification bell so you get notified whenever I post any new video. And for my returning subscribers, you guys are the real MVP. Thank you guys for the love, thank you guys for the support. Honestly, I really do appreciate. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys my experience here in the UK with the social services, or should I say with the social workers. I've been wanting to share this experience with you guys because lately lots of things have been happening, even with the accommodation issue and African people going to court because of all the social services issues. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys all you need to know and why you all need to be very, very careful, because there's this saying that goes like this. They said when you go to Rome and behave like them. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys my experience with my own daughter, what happened and how they interrogated me, and to be honest, it was not funny. As at that time, I was not even able to raise camera and say I want to make video when I was crying. It's just now that I felt like the need to share with you guys, especially like I said, with what is happening. So at the moment, I'm currently on maternity leave. So but when it happened, I was not on maternity leave. So this fateful day, I was just cooking in the kitchen. And then my daughter find it difficult to eat. To be honest, it's so difficult to feed my daughter. In fact, you can't even feed her. She likes to eat by herself. And the things she loves the most are all this finger food like chips and in fact chicken. You know, chicken wings. She don't really eat it, but there's this type of barbecue stuff you get from Ireland. I can't remember the name, but it has like a little stick. You see, when you go for parties, you see a lot of that with samosa and all of that. So she loves stuff like that. So I got some from Iceland and I prepared it, and this day I was cooking. So usually whenever I'm cooking, my daughter is always on her high chair and she'll be inside the kitchen with me while I'm cooking. But this day she was just eating and she was not in the kitchen with me, because I like to put her on the high chair while she's just watching me cook and do all the things I do. But that day she was just in the sitting room watching her usual cocoa melon, or I can't remember what cartoon she's watching anyway, but she was just eating it. And the next thing I had, I think I was cooking noodles, yes. And the next thing I had was, "Mommy!" I said, "What is happening?" I rushed out and then boom. I don't know how she was jumping from, you know, these children, honestly speaking, it's hard work. These kids are like, sometimes I'll be like, oh my god, sometimes I feel like sending her to Nigeria, but it's just that I can't do it, to be honest. Like, I'll be like, this girl is stressing me. Her energy is something else. So she jumped from the sofa and the barbecue stick she was eating took from her ear to her jaw. At first, I didn't even understand what's happening. So I went there, I was angry, but at the same time, I was telling her sorry. But the sorry was just, "Sorry now, stand up." I thought she just fell down from the sofa, you know, because I've been telling her, calm down from that sofa. But these children, oh my God. I don't want to remember that day, because that day I was crying. Hey, I cried and anyways, fast forward. So I had to carry her and I was trying to pet her. That was when I realized that there's something in her ear. I was like, I checked, I wanted to pull, and that was when I screamed and I realized that this is something serious. I called my brother. For those of you that don't know, I have siblings here in the UK. So he came upstairs, as at that time he was living with me. So he came down and he wanted to remove it. I said, "Oh God, don't pull this thing out." Because I was like, "Can't you see?" And that was when he also realized, thought just like a stick, maybe like, and then it took from my ear to the jaw. God, I called ambulance. When I called ambulance, they arrived. Before they arrived, my husband was not around. That was how I managed to even get a small picture. My husband told my brother to send him picture of, you know, of our daughter, what happened and all of that. So for me, I don't even have time to say I'm bringing camera to snap. As at that moment, my brain is turning upside down. It's turning on its own. As at that time, I was just screaming. The ambulance came. They asked me questions. These people asked me questions. In fact, even the English finished from my mouth. They will ask you, "What were you doing?" They asked me this one. They asked me so many questions. I went to the hospital. The first doctor came in. They examined the ear. They called another person. At this time, I was crying. My daughter was crying. Everybody's just crying. And the question they were asking me, this set of people will come and ask you questions. After you respond, another set will just come. "What happened?" I'll start again. "I'm in the kitchen. I don't know what happened. She's eating this. Why didn't you remove the thing? Why didn't I remove the stick?" I told them that the problem with my daughter, to be honest, as at that time, whenever I remove the stick from the stove, she won't eat it. So she always liked to hold the stick Do you understand? Like, she had like to hold the stick. I know that's my own mistake, but it's just that I wanted her to eat it. So that's why I always leave the stick so that she can hold it and eat it. So that was what happened. And they said, as at that time, I was panicking at the same time because I was angry. They keep asking me the same question repeatedly, and I was just angry. At this time, sometimes if a nurse or somebody comes, I'll just keep quiet. I'll just be crying. And this lady walk up to me and tell me that you need to relax when they ask you question. Just reply. Don't get angry. Just respond to them. If another set of persons come, reply to them, still say the same thing repeatedly. You don't have to like get upset because they have a reason for asking you. That if I get upset, it might lead to something else. That either they will say it's negligence. Is it negligence? She said, or I can't even remember whatever she said. I was like, how is it my fault? Like, my experience was something else. So that day it was not funny. I said I was speaking English. The English in me finished. I don't know what I was saying again, but the truth is that I keep saying the same thing because it's what happened. I was not even lying. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? It was after the incident. I have a nurse friend that was telling me that the reason why they're asking all of that because they have a record. If this thing keep happening again, it might lead to something different because they feel like you neglect your child and all of that. And they always ask the same question repeatedly to know if you will change your statement. There's always somebody there jotting down the statement you are saying, or there's somebody there writing down what you're saying. So they want to know if you're going to change your statement. But for me, I was not even lying because I was actually cooking, you know, and I just said what happened now. For me, I don't even think about anything because I just felt like it was an accident. I didn't realize that they probably might start thinking, you know, taking it somehow, or should I say they will start thinking something different, that maybe I was doing something or I was supposed to be looking at my child. I don't even understand, but all I know is I was just telling them what happened. After that day, a friend was telling me that I just have to be careful because it's not their fault when they're asking me such questions, because sometimes some parents neglect their kids, you know, playing a game or doing some other thing with their boyfriend and all of that, and neglect their child. At the end of the day, the child will maybe falling sick, maybe the child will fall sick, have an accident, you know, something like that. So that's why they always ask to be careful. That even sometimes from the hospital, the parents will not see their child because they'll call or they'll involve social services and they'll pick up the child. So, but for me, I was just telling them what happened. And the reason why I was angry, you know, the African in me, I mean the Nigerian in me, will not allow me, you know, to like relax because I was angry. And you people keep asking me, the first person will come ask the same question. If you're watching this and you're in the UK, have you come across or have you had any experience like that? They will ask you the same question. Another person again will come ask you the same question. Like even at work, it'd be like, I don't know. But the truth is that at this point of my life, whatever that happens and they ask me the same question, I'll be responding. I'm ready to keep answering until they're tired. But why am I making this video? Lately, so many things have been happening, you know, collecting people's children because of one or two things. I could remember an experience here of a lady that they collected her child because they saw a sign, you know, like a bruise after she slapped the child on the child's back. The child went to school, so during their PE they wanted to change the child's clothes and they saw a mark, and that's how they collected the child. Up to today, I think they're still on the case, you know, going to court and trying to know if they will resolve the issue. And it has not been easy, and I felt like, you know what, I think I'm going to share this video with you guys because I know lately lots of Africans have been coming, and I'll tell you guys the truth. You all need to be careful, especially those of us that like to beat children. For me, I used to say, I feel like once your child can talk properly, like here in the UK, they didn't say don't beat a child, you're free to smack a child. But I think they said after 8 years or from 8 years, you need to stop. Smack, like, you know, slap from the bum bum, or not like giving the child a smack. So you can smack your child. It's in Wales, either Wales or Scotland, you're not allowed to smack. For me, my child is 3 years, and honestly, I do smack her at times. And for me, I feel like at her age, I really need to correct her now, because for now, even when she's talking, you might not understand what she's saying, but at least me as her mom, I understand whatever she's saying. So I think from this age, you should try to start correcting them, because when they grow up, it's difficult. So that's another mistake most of us ignore. You feel like, no, this lady is a child. No, from that age you need to start correcting them. So for those of you coming that like to beat, no, in this UK, trust me, especially in school, they monitor everything. In school, these people will ask your child, your mom used to beat you, your mom used to do that one. But at the same time, if any of such happened to you and you realize that it's a mark, an accident might happen. Maybe you just mistakenly you want to beat your child and you mistakenly slap the child, and now the mark show, you know, from the child's body or any part of the body. I think the best is not this video for a reason. So please, for those of us that like to beat our children, please be very, very careful. You can smack a child, but don't leave a mark on the child's body. And for those of us that like going to work, leaving our child to lock them, we have to be very, very careful. Yes, you see, locking that child there, you might think, they say one day is for the thief, another day is for the owner. How did they put it? I can't remember how they put that one. But anyways, you might be doing it and you get away with it. The day another person wants to try it, they'll catch the person. They'll be like, this child is not of age to live in the house. That's another offense. I remember talking to my cousin in Spain. She said in Spain that's what is in kind of trending now, because most of these people don't like to give birth, so they just like to adopt. We the African people, we like to, you know, keep giving birth. We like to produce. Yes, but some of them, I've met people at work, they'll be like, I don't want to have a child, but it's not as if they're taking it personal. I'll be like, oh, that's good, because who am I to start saying, why don't you want to have a child? I'll be like, oh, really? Oh, yeah, child is hard work, stuff like that. But some of them don't want to have any child. So what am I trying to say is their personal belief or their own way of life, whatever they want, they do. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So if you're watching this video, please be careful. I keep saying this: if you're going out, the best is to swap with your friend. Make a friend whereby when you're going to work, you can drop your child with your friend, and when your friend is going to work, the child can come stay with you. So lately things have been happening, collecting your child. Imagine you coming to UK, you're looking for, you've not even settled, and you're going to court, and you're going for a court case because of a child, because of bruise and all of that. So please, I decided to make this video because, you know, because some of us might be like, there's nobody watching us, but trust me, your neighbors are watching you. Your neighbors are watching you. My own experience might be different from yours, because actually I was lucky, because mine was mine was an accident. But aside from it, like I told you guys, they keep asking because they wanted to know if I'm going to change my statement. And once I change my statement, they're going to place it as negligence. Is it negligence they call it? Please correct me if I'm wrong. Yes, they will call it negligence. So as at that time, I was not even thinking straight. I was just crying. So I felt like the need to share with you guys this video. So please, if you're watching this video, be very, very careful. You can smack a child, but don't leave mark on the body. And if you're going to work, you have to be really careful. You have to be really, really careful. You know, back home, some person, if they're going out, they'll just lock their child. They will just lock their children in the house. Yeah, it's a very big offense, especially if the child is underage. Teenagers, they even complain. I think they said a child from 12, is it 12 or 13, you can leave the child in the house for 3 hours. I was like, what do you mean it's 12 years leaving the child for 3 hours? I don't understand. But the same child can go to school, like can go to the bus stop and take a bus and go to school. So the rules in this country, even me, I get confused, because I don't understand. Why would they tell me I can leave a child for 3 hours, 12 years, I be 13 years, for 3 hours, but that same child now can leave the house and go to school? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So, like, I don't understand. It's just so complicated, honestly. But at the same time, they say when you go to a country, try to behave like them. Try to do things according to the law if you don't want any problem. Because honestly speaking, a lot of things have been happening lately, and it's affecting my African people. I'm not even going to lie about it. And I know it happened to English people, or should I say, and I know it happened to white people, but you know, it's their own way of life. So for them, it's normal. I put it is normal because for them it's normal. They collect their children, and hence some of them don't even want a child. So that's just it. Some of them don't want their children. Yes, I've seen a child that say, I'm not close to my mom, or I'm not close to my sibling. I'll be like, hey, which one is that? You're not close to your dad, or you're not close to your sibling, or you're not close to your family member, you know, some weird things like that. Or I don't like my sister, or they be like, I don't like my brother. Who does that? Please, we all need to be careful. Where we come from, well, I'm a Nigerian. Where I come from, you can't be saying, I hate my mom, or I hate my sister, or I hate my father. You know, stuff like that. I know back home, social services to collect people's children, but it's not too common, or should I say it has to be something very, very serious before they'll come to your house and collect your child. That's just the truth. But here, even little things that you think is normal, they take it personal and they take it serious. So please, we all need to be guided. We all need to be careful. Well, I decided to make this video because I believe somebody is definitely going to learn from this video. With this, we've come to the end of today's video, because I don't want to make this video to be too long. If you find this video informative, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like, subscribe, and share my videos. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.